Edit this boy down. Come on, buddy. Get smaller. Okay, that's a little better. Alright. Okie dokie. So, I just got done watching Vinny's video on the Smash updates. Yeah, it was a good video. I could tell Vinny was an avid Smash Bros. Fan. Well, maybe just an avid Nintendo and other video games fan, really. And he said, hey, let me know your thoughts on Smash. So, I am here to do just that. I don't think he'll actually end up watching this video, but I'll at least tweet at him so that he can check it out if he feels like it. If not, no biggie. But I just wanted to put my thoughts out there because I am pretty big on the Smash, and I wanted to throw my thoughts out there on the DLC, which, like Vinny, I was absolutely blown aside by the fact that there were characters released that I would never, in my wildest dreams, imagine ever coming to Smash. Mostly for the positive. So, I didn't buy Fighter Pass 1 because I was not as nostalgic for some of those characters as Vin was. Obviously, we started with Piranha Plant, which I, too, very, very, very much like Piranha Plant. He is, well, he, she, it, they, whatever, is very fun to play as. I love smashing that ball down on some unsuspecting fool's head and getting the KO out of it. It's just, I don't usually play goofy characters like that, but that one is just a blast to play as. So then we have Joker as the first DLC character that you actually had to pay money for. And I wasn't really a fan of Persona, didn't really know anything about it. Still don't, for that matter. He's okay. A friend of mine has the Fighter Pass 1, so I get to play as Joker a little bit, and he's okay. He's got some really, really fucking insane moves. Some really overpowered stuff that it's like a little fireball thing that he shoots out. If that thing hits you, man, you're done for. Especially if he's in his like powered up move where he's like got the like specter thing hanging out behind him. But yeah, he's okay. He's not too bad. They had the hero guy from Dragon Quest? I played Dragon Quest 7, I think, on was that the PlayStation 1? I don't honestly remember. It's been such a super hella long time since I played that. But yeah, he's okay. He's a little complex for my liking. I didn't play him much, and still probably don't today, but yeah, he's okay. I like that he's got a bunch of variety, and he's got a ton of different moves, so he feels very, very different despite being a sword fighter. So it's like, not another sword fighter, but technically he's got tons of magic shit, so he's very unique. Banjo Kazooie, I had absolutely no idea they were going to do that. That was crazy. I'm not as nostalgic for Banjo as Vinny was, but still, that is a huge win for all gamers out there because that one was very, very popular, very highly requested. I actually got really surprised by the results of the Smash poll, them saying that Sora was the top request. I would have honestly thought it had been Banjo Kazooie in my mind. And then, of course, Ridley is also another one that I thought was like a shoo-in for the top But anyways, moving on, we have Terry Bogard. Don't know him at all. He is... I don't play him much. I don't have the DLC, so I can't play him, but I don't really know much about him. He feels kind of weird to me. I don't play much actual fighting games, so I don't really know the combos you'd put into the controller to make him do those kinds of things. So he would not be effective at all in my hands. Byleth, another Fire Emblem character, we all collectively groaned. Another fucking sword fighter from Fire Emblem. But I mean, Byleth is pretty cool. Some of his moves are fucking incredibly powerful. I'm thinking Vinny covered it with it's like a spear slam attack, and it is just wild. It's like, does so much damage if you get anyone with that, and it just, man. Out of the fighter pass, I think I like Byleth the best, just because I was the most effective at using him. Most of the other characters I kind of struggled with, so wasn't really as fond of Fighter Pass 1 necessarily. So then we had Fighter Pass 2, and Min Min was like, I kind of agree with Vinny that she came out of left field, and I really wasn't that big a fan of ARMS in general. That being said, she is not too bad. She's very, very simple. She only has like 3 or so moves, with one of those being like a kind of a change the attachment move thing. And honestly, that like giant massive ball form thing that she has is ridiculously potent. If you get hit by that thing, oof. So, not too bad. I don't really like playing as her. I do have her, because I have DLC Pass 2, but I don't play her that much. The stage is kind of cool. It's got like these weird bouncy things that send you flying, so that's kind of interesting. I guess I didn't cover the stages for the first Fighter Pass. Like I said, I don't have it, so I'm not really familiar with most of those. I am aware of the spiraling one for Banjo Kazooie. That one sounds pretty awesome. I don't have it, so I can't play that one, but anywho. Next character is Steve and the respective Minecraft people. That one was, again, one that literally I was just like, they did not do this. At first, it was kind of a letdown because I figured they're not, like, Steve just conceptually does not make me think, oh wow, he's gonna be really fucking cool. But they sold me like super hard when I watched the video of gameplay for Steve. I was like, this is a totally different game they've made here. Like, it's Minecraft in Smash. I was just blown away that they could take the concepts of Smash or of Minecraft and tie it into Smash Brothers so effectively. Like, I'm still trying to figure out how to effectively use his ability to place blocks on the stage. I know that you have to be in the air and press the B button to place the block. So effectively that move has to start with a jump. And that I'm still trying to wrap my mind around that concept. But the minecart thing, pretty awesome. I love sending people off the stage with that. The down B, I think is that the anvil? I can't remember if that's the anvil. I think it's the anvil. That's pretty good. His mining to get resources is very situational, and it makes him kind of hard to use. But he is fun to play as, just to mix things up and really, like, you know, you're constantly smashing and attacking and dodge rolling and shit, and then you come in as Steve and it's like everything is like turned upside down. And that one sold me on Fighter Pass 2 on its own, and I kind of feel a little stupid or embarrassed saying that because Steve honestly isn't really that exciting.
But, like, the way he plays in Smash is just... To me, it was like all these characters come out and they're like either sword fighters or like punching, fighting, kicking kind of stuff. And then there's Steve. And it's like, whoa, that's crazy. So I bought the fighter pass based on that. Mostly because there were 3 more characters to come, and I was hoping I'll get to what I was hoping for at the end, but I had some hopes for characters I wanted to see, and they didn't make it, so we'll get to that. But the next one was probably my favorite addition to the game so far, which is Sephiroth, and he is bitchin'. I love Sephiroth. He is my favorite character, I think, in the game, because he's got some really, really fantastic moves. Despite being such a heavy hitter, he is also pretty fast, and his recovery is hard to use because it doesn't go up all the time. You have to tell it to go up, but like his recovery is like you can recover while attacking, and I love that. Like all of his moves are just real good. The down B counter is, it's a counter, so it's not anything crazy, but just the way he plays is, I think he's my favorite, really, because he's just so damn powerful, and he can fly around. Like, I think he's got the best of a lot of different worlds. He is low side with his attacking, so you can get beat to death by the faster characters pretty that's good with them. But like I enjoy Sephiroth a lot. Bonus points that they have shirtless. Because it's a little bit of a kind of a, yeah man, I'm gonna take my shirt off. Kind of like, the end of Metal Gear Solid where they're beating the hell out of each other because they're shirtless. YouTube is having a shit fit right now. YouTube, you alright there, buddy? Kind of a, yeah man, I'm gonna take my shirt off. Kind of like, the end of Metal Gear Solid where they're beating the hell out of each other. Okay, I think we're fine. Anyway. But yeah, Sephiroth is pretty awesome. Probably my favorite addition to the game. Like I said, I have never, well, I don't know if I've said this, but I've never played Final Fantasy VII all the way through. I know that sounds like blasphemy, being as big of a fan of Cloud as I am, but yeah, I never made it. I had a save on the Vita, the PlayStation Vita that I was working on. I transferred it to my PlayStation 3 shortly before my PlayStation 3 did the yellow light of death. So I lost my save, and I therefore gave up on Final Fantasy VII, which sounds like ultra blasphemy, I know. But I'm not really a big JRPG fan. I wanted to experience the thing that everyone was raving about, because, people love that game. And I don't know. To me, the character design is where it's at. Cloud's big-ass sword, his cool hair, all that shit is just awesome. So, then we had a bit of a palate cleanser with Pyra and Mithra. Another Fire Emblem character. What can we say about that? They are overpowered as hell. Like, their attacks go all the way across the stage and fuck you right up if you get caught in that whirlwind of madness. So, they're good, I guess. I mean, I don't play online or other than with my friends, so I have no idea how competitive any of these characters are, but Pyra and Mithra seem overpowered as all get out. And I feel like they should have been toned down just a smidge. But, anywho, another Fire Emblem character. I'm sure fans of her and her twin are very happy, but moving right along, we have Kazuya from Tekken. And
I didn't really feel much nostalgia for Tekken necessarily. My friend Tony is a huge Tekken fan. He obviously wanted to see his favorite character, King, which is the wrestler dude with the tiger, or is that the... Maybe it's a panther? I can't remember what kind of exotic cat he has for a head. Yeah, Kazuya is a bit of an odd choice for Tekken. When I think of Tekken, I think of Jin, because I played 5 a ton. Well, I guess not a ton, but I played 5 a lot, so I would have thought Jin would have been a shoo-in for that, but also Heihachi has been in every Tekken game, and my friend Tony said that it definitely should have been Heihachi, because he is just like the face of Tekken, essentially. And I tend to agree. But yeah, Kazuya is pretty fun, actually. I don't play fighting games, so again, I don't really know combos much for him. But his like spiraling kick move is just a really satisfying thing to do, I think. Especially when you follow it up with his ridiculous juggling combo that you can endlessly do. He's fun to play as, but he's a little hard for me, just because I'm not very fighting game astute. I'm not really one with those up, down, sideways, down, back, B, whatever multi-button combos. I'm just more of a mash A and, like, do the Smash Brothers stuff. So, a bit hard for me to use, but when he hits, man, he hits like a truck. And I love it. I love the heavy hitters, if you can't tell. But, yeah, so then we come to our final character, which is Big Shoe Boy, Sora. And as much as I like Sora, because I did play Kingdom Hearts when I was growing up, and, when I saw it in a gaming magazine back in the day, it hadn't come out yet, and I saw the pictures and some story written up on it, I was like, this game is going to be huge. Because I knew how big Disney was to a lot of folks that were obviously not gamers, but, Disney is about as iconic as Mario in some parts of the world, right? And in my family specifically, we are very much Disney-oriented folk. Like, I grew up on, Simba in Lion King, Toy Story, all the Disney classics. Of course, you have Aladdin, and one of my favorites is Lilo and Stitch. A lot of good Disney movies out there. Obviously, the corporation that governs all that's evil as fuck, but Disney plus Final Fantasy to me was like bread plus butter. I was like, this game is going to be off the hook. And it lived up to my expectations to the fullest. It took the character design that, obviously, again, I'm a huge fan of Cloud and Sephiroth and friends in Final Fantasy VII. So it took that kind of character design with the lightheartedness of Disney stuff and just a more casual story and gameplay than the typical Final Fantasy fare, which is, your full-ass JRPG, turn-based, slow as fuck combat, and made it more action-specific. So, I liked Kingdom Hearts. I thought it was a good series. So I wasn't as down on Sora coming to Smash as a lot of people were. I play him a lot. I don't know that I play him more than my other favorite characters, but he's okay. He's got some good moves. I like his down A where he slams the ground with his key and spins. I like the lightning magic hits a lot of people. It's really good for crowd control. He's obviously very, very good at recovery. I don't know. He's okay. He's pretty good. Good for the last character, I guess. I feel like there were a lot of characters that they did not put in the game that should have probably been put in.
a lot of those characters you see on the bottom there, the Mii fighters, I feel like people that are fans of these franchises along the bottom here kind of got the shaft because, all of these characters on the bottom here are pretty fucking cool characters that deserved to have their day in Smash. I know there's a ton of people out there that are huge fans of Undertale. A lot of Cuphead fans. Obviously, people were very, very upset Geno didn't make it in. A lot of people wanted Dante and Shantae. Like how those kind of rhyme with each other. And then Doom Guy was kind of one of my big misses. Like, I was kind of sad that we did not get a full-fledged Doom Guy. I can see why they did that, because he's not exactly family-friendly, and Smash Brothers is kind of a family-friendly franchise. So the fact that he's a Mii fighter at all is kind of insane, and I'm happy that that's there at least. That being said, we missed out on a few characters that, people really, really wanted. Like Goku, definitely. I would have been down to clown with Goku. He would have been awesome. He had some real strong potential for movesets. He's very family-friendly in that he's, one of the happiest men to ever grace the earth. Very happy-go-lucky, at least in his kid Goku form, obviously. The Dragon Ball Classic is what I'm thinking of. Not necessarily Dragon Ball Z where they scream at each other for an hour. But, I'm sad Goku didn't make the cut because he would have been cool. Master Chief is yet another one that I'm like, they chose Minecraft Steve, but they didn't choose Master Chief, their main man. I was like, what the heck? I guess Minecraft is more kid-friendly than Master Chief in Halo, but, I would have thought that they would have put Master Chief in. And so I'm a little sad they didn't, because he would have been pretty cool. So it's very surprising that Sora ended up being the top of the list. I would have thought that either Goku or Banjo Kazooie or even Ridley would have been the top of the list. But it ended up being Sora, and I was very surprised by that, because Sora has just about as many haters as he does fans. So I honestly am not really sure how that... I feel like that poll might have been a little rigged. Because, like I said, there's way more people that don't like Sora out there than there are people that do. I guess the ones that don't like him were less vocal with their votes, I guess. I agree with Vinny very much so that they absolutely should have had a Metroid Dread suit for Samus. That would have been super freaking cool. Very much agree with him in that the starter suit for Dread was very cool, and I like that a lot, and I wish that would have made it in Smash. Some of the other suits, like the Gravity suit, was a bit wild. It kind of the design of the Gravity suit in Dread kind of makes me think of the thong from Borat, the green one. I know that's gonna sound a little insane, but if you look at it, the green lights that kind of go down to her crotch, kind of make me think that. So, forgive me, but that's just kind of one of the things I thought of when I saw it. So. But I like it. I thought Dread was a fantastic game, and I'm sad they didn't put some of the stuff from Dread in Smash Ultimate, and I hope they do include that in future games if there are any. So the the character I voted for in the poll way back when, the poll, I voted for Klonoa from Klonoa Door to Phantomile. If you've not heard of it, you've not seen it before, that's not surprising. It's a very, very, very niche game that no one really liked, unfortunately. It was kind of like Paper Mario, in a sense. because the environments kind of changed and shifted as you went through the level. And this was a game that came out in 1997, I think. I might be wrong on that year, but it was either 97 or 99. I forget which. But that game was very ahead of its time, and it actually had a really, really, like, a little cheesy kind of, but like very heart-grabbing story. And I have a lot of feels for that series. It only got like 3 or 4 games, so I was kind of hoping to see the start of Klonoa's revival with being included in Smash, but obviously that did not happen. I was kind of keeping tabs on the number of reps from different franchises like Konami, Capcom, Namco, etc. And so when Kazuya got announced, I was like, nope, not going to happen. Because obviously Kazuya took the spot that Klonoa would have had. So, not surprising. A little sad, but not surprising. So, those are my thoughts on the Ultimate Smash DLC fighters. I hope that they add more to Smash in the future. I hope to God they don't poke Sakurai too much for that, because the poor guy deserves to rest. He has done the work of the gods in bringing us this fantastic game with so much representation from all of gaming. Like, as Vinny said, it would have been cool to see like Crash Bandicoot, Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank, some more Sony characters, but like this roster we have here is just nuts. Like Mario and Sora and Cloud and not necessarily Master Chief, but like Doom Guy, like all these totally off the wall characters in a fighting game. It's almost, it makes me think of Mugen, but less like homebrewy. Like this is like the more official version of Mugen. So again, those are my thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed this short, well, I guess almost 30-minute video. But I wanted to make this because Vinny's reaction, or his video, I wanted to share my reaction to it because I'm, again, very, very avid Smash fan. I was very happy with the DLC characters we got, on top of the already incredible roster that we had to start with. So, yeah, just wanted to share those thoughts, and I hope you guys have a good one. So, thank you for stopping by if you were watching, or check the VOD out later, but thanks for coming by, and you guys have a good one.